All right, once again this morning we are live here in downtown Jonesboro, taking you now inside the International Storytelling Center, where there's going to be a lot of activity as we lead up to the big National Storytelling Festival coming up this weekend. And we are so excited to have the very popular Donald Davis here with us, kicking off our work week today. Donald, welcome. Welcome to Jonesboro.
It's always wonderful to be here.
Feel good to get back into town?
It does. It's our second home, really. So.
That is wonderful. And of course, over the years, we were talking about the 50 years and what that means here to the town of Jonesboro. And you were telling me you've been coming since 1980.
1981. This is 42 years I've been here. It's wonderful. Yeah.
What do you think it is about the Storytelling Festival here in downtown Jonesboro that just makes it so nostalgic, so special?
Yep. Well, you know, every successful festival all over the country is in a small town. The things that have been tried in huge cities never seem to hang on, but people like to leave the busyness of their world and come to a place like Jonesboro, where the rest of the world just disappears and we move back into sort of childhood or kind of the world of our imaginary past. And then we're all together. It's almost like being on an island. We live on an island. It's kind of like that, where the outside goes away, and here we're just all together, playing in our world, in our minds.
And we get to be all together face to face this year after missing for 2 years. And you said last year, even though it was online, you just needed to be here.
Yes, I did.
So we came to Jonesboro.
My wife Trish and I came last year for the weekend, so we could go up and down the street and visit with people in the shops and just say to the town, this is where our minds and hearts are this weekend of the year. So we needed to be here. And we didn't want to break our record of being here for every year.
That's true, right?
Right. Yeah.
What's it going to be like this year, though, having that
wonderful.
audience
It's going
back?
to be wonderful. And as the audience experience is different. It's a totally different experience listening side by side with people as opposed to listening by yourself. When you're listening by yourself, you don't have somebody else laughing with you, or you don't have someone else feeling the poignant depth of a story with you. And pretty soon that whole audience becomes like one listener. When you're telling on the stage, it's like it's become like one big listener listening together. And the power of the listening is what gets so big when we're all together. And that's a really interesting thing to watch and be part of.
And of course, you're kicking off the experience early. You're here this week, and you've got different shows. I mean, lots of different shows, and already those shows selling out. So popular. When you're back here and you're sharing your stories, is there that sense of home?
There really is. One of the unique things about this festival, I like to talk to some of the new tellers before they get here. And one of the things I tell them is, this is the easiest festival you'll ever come to, because people know why they're here, and they're good and experienced listeners. And it's the hardest festival you ever come to, because people have heard everything, so you can't pull anything over on them. So it's that wonderful dynamic of saying, trust the audience, but know that they are able to hear more than you're able to tell, because they hear our stories as being bigger than we even know they are. Because they put themselves in those stories. They line my story up beside their own memories and their own experiences. And then to see them leave talking with each other about things they remembered that they wouldn't have thought of without hearing the story I've just told them. That's the fulfilling thing. It's much more fulfilling to watch that than to have somebody come up and say, I liked your program, or whatever like that. So that's the real joy of it.
Triggers a lot of memories that we all have, and one of those you're taking people back in their memory land is on the old school. It's called It's Not On, that wasn't on the test.
Right, yeah.
Which I think we can all relate to, just even in the title.
Well, one of the places everyone has been is called childhood. And so when we go back to those, say, childhood school memories, you may have grown up in a different place, in a different era, in a different time, but that experience is universal. The experience of negotiating with you know, with friends and with non-friends, of trying to impress, of trying to figure out who this teacher is we're spending the year with, of what you can get away with. You know, everybody, and so all the ages just blend together, and we're back at being 12 years old again. We're back there, and and I see people punching each other in the audience, leaning over saying something like, "We did that," or "My mama was just like that," or "I had that teacher too." And so we're all together. Then in that moment, we've given up our separateness.
Yeah.
That's a very sweet thing.
Love it. I love it. I'm so glad you're here with us today. We get a little preview of what's to come, and we're going to talk to Donald Davis coming up here in a few minutes a little later on in the show. But we're going to give you the information because, as I said, he has some shows leading up to the festival, and then, of course, you can see him during the festival as well. Here are his show times and the information on where you can get those tickets, and do get them quickly because they do sell out fast. Also, don't forget, of course, the National Storytelling Festival is coming up this weekend. Everything kicking off on Friday here in historic downtown Jonesboro. We'll be back with more, including the winning announcement, the announcement of our winners, coming up here a little later on in our show.